Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to solve one more LeetCode question. That is question number 791, custom sort string. So this is a medium level question and this has been asked by these many companies and that is impressive. So let's see what this question is all about. So in this question we are given two strings, that is order and s, where all the characters in order string are unique and are in sorted order in some custom order previously. So they are sorted but in a custom order. And we have to permute the characters of string s so that they match the order of the order string. Now more specifically, if a character x occurs before a character y in order, then x should also occur before y in permuted string. And we have to return the permutation of s that satisfy this property. So if we see these examples, that is order is CBA and s is ABCD, the output is CBAD, where we can see that CBA are following the same order that we are able to see in order string, and D, as it is not present in order string, so it can be present anywhere in between or starting or end of the string. So the position of all the characters which are not present in order is flexible. We can see the description of this example where it is being written, if the character is not present in order, then the position can be flexible. That is not a concerning thing in this question. So we just need to focus on the characters present in S, and we need to focus on the order in which the characters are present in order string. So the characters that we need to focus are present in S, and the pattern or the order that we need to follow is present in order string. So let's see how we can solve this question. So we are going to use this example. So if we see in order string, we are given with B, C, A, F, G, and in S it is given A, B, C, D. So we have to firstly understand what all things we need to focus on. So in the question itself, there are few characteristics that are given to us. So like first thing is that we need to maintain the order of order string, correct? So the order in which we want all the characters of S, or the permutation that we need to form, has to be in order of order string. So the order part needs to be taken from order string and the character part needs to be taken from S string, because at the end we need to return a permutation of S. So even though the characters which are going to be present in permutation are going to follow order strings pattern, still the characters which are not present in order are also going to be visible in that. So that's why we are going to take all the characters from S and we need to focus on the pattern or the sorted order of order string. So how we can do that? So if we see, firstly we want all the characters of S. So there can be repetition as well, because if we see this question, it is clearly mentioned that all the characters in order are unique, but there can be a possibility where S can have repetition of characters, correct? So just to eradicate that case, what we need all the count or all the frequency of each and every character as well. Then only we will be able to map them without any anomaly. Because we even know that even in normal sorted functions, if there is suppose A, B, C, D, E, E, so we can see that they follow a pattern, but all the repetitions are at same place, right, in one flow. So in order to maintain this sorted pattern and flow, we need to firstly get the count of all the characters of S. So this is the same thing that we are going to do. So let's quickly firstly count all the characters of S. So we will create a dictionary in which we are going to place our characters. Bear with this diagram. So this is our A, this is our B, this is our C, and this is our D. And the count of A, B, C, and D are 1, right? For now it's 1. Now what we are saying, now we have the count and the characters of S. So now we need to check the permutation which is going to satisfy the given properties. So what can be the possible permutation which is going to satisfy the given properties? It would be simply the order string. So we can attend this same pattern by traversing this order string, right? So firstly we will come up to this place. We are saying if this is present in S, then take all the counts of it and start making a resultant string. So it will go like B. Then we are going to come to C and we are like, is it in this dictionary? So yes, it is. So we will take C as well. Parallelly, we will also be making them 0. So for now I'm just crossing them so that we know that we had already taken these characters. So we had also taken C so that we don't get confused, right? So now we will come up to A and we are like, is A there in our dictionary? So yes, it is. So we will take A as well, and A's count is also 1, so we are going to add it in our resultant. Then we are going to check F. Is F there? No, F is not there. Is G is there? No, G is not there. So till this point we have this string, correct? But is this a permutation of S? Then no, because this doesn't consist of all the characters of S. So for that what we need to do, once we are done with the order part, we need to append the left out characters. So we will again go back to frequency dictionary and we will take the ones which were left out. So in this case it is D, so we will take D, and now our resultant will become B, C, A and B, and D is also only 1. So we will cross this out, and after performing all these operations, now we are having this resultant array that we can transform into a string. So it will become B, C, A, D, and this is our resultant. So if we see the output of this example, it is same, right? This is the output. So this whole approach, in which we firstly created dictionary because we needed the count of all the characters of S, and then we traverse the order string in order to get the sorted pattern of the order string, and again we traverse the frequency dictionary in order to fetch the left out characters which are not present in order, because we need to return the permutation of S, which will consist of all the characters. So this whole approach, time complexity is big O of n, because firstly we will traverse this, then create a dictionary, and then we are going to traverse this and create a resultant string, resultant array, and after that we are again going to traverse frequency and add the left out characters. So the whole time complexity is going to be big O of n, and space complexity is going to be big O of n, because we are creating this frequency dictionary as well as the resultant. So space complexity is also big O of n. So this was the whole approach. Now let's quickly code this whole solution. So firstly we will create our frequency dictionary. After creating frequency variable, we need to append all the characters of S. So for letter in S, frequency of that letter will be equivalent to frequency dot get that letter, and if there is no such key, then fetch 0 and add 1. So we are initializing this value as this because we know that there is a possibility that that S is going to have repetitive characters. So in order to maintain a count and increment its value, we are going to use get function, because we hadn't initialized the frequency with all the values and made it 0. So just to take care of that case, we have used get letter and 0. So if there is no value, so it will return 0, and if there is a value, so it will return that value, and we will add 1 into it. So after populating our frequency, what we were doing, now we are going to traverse through this order string, right, in order to fetch the pattern or order of all the characters, custom order of all the characters. So for characters in order, before this we need to create a resultant array, because that is where we are going to append our result, right? So inside this we will simply result.append, and what we are going to append, we are going to append frequency of that character into the character. Why we are doing this? Because we need to make sure that all the counts or all the occurrences are at same place. So this will make sure of that. And again, to just be sure that there is the character present, what we are saying, get that character, else if it's not there, then simply take 0. Now once we have appended these things in result, we need to make sure that we are also updating the frequency, as we have already used it. So what we will do is, we are going to update the frequency of that character equivalent to 0, because we have already used the value and appended it in result if it's there. And if it's not there, then it's not an issue. That case will also be handled with value equals to 0, right? So after doing this thing, what we were doing, we were now traversing this frequency for letters, for letter in frequency, because we need to make sure that all the letters are there. So again we will do the same thing. We will, inside this we will do the same thing, that is result.append that letter into frequency of that letter. And after doing this, what we are saying, now return dot join result. That's it. Let's try to submit this. So we can see this is working. So now let's quickly code Ruby solution. In Ruby as well, firstly we will initialize that dictionary, and after this we will run a for loop for s dot each character do letter. So inside this, what we will do is, we were updating our frequency, right? So frequency of, I think here this is missed. So frequency of letter will be frequency of that letter dot 2i plus 1. So this 2i is doing the same thing that we did with get method. This will make sure that it's not breaking at that point. So after populating our frequency array, now we have to traverse through our order string. After populating our frequency dictionary, we need to now traverse through our order string in order to get the custom sorted order. Before that, we will initialize our result, which is an array. So now what we are saying, order dot each character do again letter, and inside this what we were doing is we were inserting in our result. We were inserting the frequency and the count. So this is the letter and its frequency will be frequency of that letter dot to I if there is no value, but if there is, then it will be taken, and after taking the value we were updating the frequency with 0. Once we are done with this part, we will again traverse through frequency dictionary. So for that we will do frequency dot each, do letter comma count, and inside this now update our result again. Result will be inserted with letter into frequency of that letter. Once we'll step out, we are saying return result dot join. That's it. So now let's check whether this is working or not. Let's submit this. So we can see that this is also working, and both the solutions are accepted and they are working absolutely fine, passing all the test cases. And I hope this explanation was useful for you all, and if it was, then you can like this video, subscribe my channel, and I will soon come up with more such questions. Till then, keep messing with algorithms, and thanks for watching.